Now, of course, the term anti-Semitism is preposterous. That would mean anti-Arabism. The Arabs are Semitic peoples. The Israeli peoples are not. They are Turkic, overwhelmingly Turkic, because they're overwhelmingly descended from Eastern Europeans who, in terms of their Jewish roots, descend from the Khazar, who, of course, are the Turkish warrior tribe that converted to Israel in the Tartarian Peninsula between the Caspian and the Black Sea. And they ultimately relocated into Eastern Europe as their empire fell as a diaspora, and that had an empire in what was known as the Jewish Pale of Settlement within the Tsarist Russian imperial world. And that, of course, was wiped out by the Third Reich and the Holocaust. And, of course, the remaining survivors resettled into Israel. There are some Semitic Jews of Sephardim descent, as there were in Europe, in Israel. And these, of course, the Sephardim were few and far between in Europe and in Israel, though most of them were in the Levantine area prior to the establishment of the State of Israel as we know it today. Sephardim Jews. They relocated to what is now known as Yevri, or the autonomous state of Birobidzhan, which is the capital of the autonomous Jewish state of Yevri, in what became this oblast that was a buffer state between Japanese Manchuria and the former Soviet Union. So that is an area of the world where the primary language spoken is Yiddish. There's only a few 100,000 people there, if that, who were part of that original settlement anymore, many of them having relocated to other parts of the world since the collapse of the Soviet Union, and many of them, of course, having relocated to the Mediterranean state of Israel. So when one uses the term of prejudice or racism against Jews, the proper term is Judeophobia, not anti-Semitism, which means you're against Arabs. But nobody in, of course, the West understands this. And so they use a misapplied term